Hazaras from Afghanistan, they composed the major group of people who are making their way from Afghanistan to countries like Australia, desperate journeys because they've been a persecuted minority for many years. And after many adventures and terrible things happening to them on the way, including being imprisoned in Central Australia in places like Woomera and Baxter, some of them, well, about 50, ended up in those high-rise flats. So one day, one of them was going past the Fitzroy Learning Network and he saw the word welcome. And he said, he saw the word English lessons. So he knocked on the door and Anne Horrigan-Dixon, who was then the CEO, answered the door and he said, are we welcome here? And she said, yeah, come in, and you do English lessons. She said, yeah, well, we're asylum seekers, we're on temporary visas. And she said, you're welcome. So the next day, the whole 50 of them turned up, and it began a whole new era at the Learning Network. And you have to understand, these were very vulnerable people. They were in limbo. I remember nights with Arif Fayazi, basically their leader, walking the streets with him around here, and he hadn't seen his wife and the 3 children he left behind by then for about 3 or 4 years, and he was in agony in his longing for them. And the news came through that his wife had escaped and made it to Iran, and he found out for the first time that 2 of those children had died. Can you imagine? And he went back to the high-rise flats and curled up like a fetus for a week. But he had this place. They all had this place. And they were embraced, and we embraced each other. And then we developed a form of therapy, which I call party therapy. The way we used to really get it together was through parties in that backyard over there. And we became close, and we remained close. And it was an extraordinary era, and it showed what can be done in a neighbourhood house like this. And this is what it is, basically, a neighbourhood house. We're all part of the same neighbourhood. Now,